My name is Antonio, and she's my wife Miriam, and we have a daughter, and she's in the Middle East, and she's serving the Lord, trying to share the love of Christ with another people of the world. We really want my daughter here at home. That is our hearts. But we need to be obedient to the Lord also. So when I prayed to the Lord, I was praying to the Lord and said, "Oh Lord, why are you taking my daughter too far away?" And so He told me, before she was your daughter, she was my daughter.
I think when parents express their concern, don't want my child going, I think they first need to, examine their relationship with the Lord and look at the expectations of the Christian life. If it's what they're supposed to do, He does a much better job of protecting them than we ever can. And accidents and sickness, that can happen anywhere.
I think about something that's said is the safest place to be is in the center of God's will, and we don't agree with that. I think the most protected place you are is in the center of God's will, but it's not what we would consider safe, but you are definitely under an amazing amount of protection.
When she left, I had to do a reevaluation of myself, and because I was just being selfish, not wanting her to go because I wanted her here. But we have to learn that we aren't here for other people, we're here to serve God, and if that means going overseas, then we just have to trust that God's gonna protect her and have faith that He'll be with her wherever she's at. And if she's called to go, which we're all called to do, if she's called overseas, then you have to let her go and figure out how to handle that yourself.
Do you miss her?
Yes, I miss her a lot.
Because the media had shown us so much terrorism and fear and hatred, it really did make me very fearful of the area that he was going into. However, when I went there and the people were so hospitable and so kind to us and treated us with respect and honor, and I saw families who had little boys and girls and loving wives and husbands that were working hard, I thought, they're just like us, and they have the same needs that we have, and they were just very kind. And then the area itself was safe. I didn't see bombs falling, and I didn't see people lurking around with guns. It was a very normal, everyday type place, and that visually helped me emotionally to be much more calm and much more satisfied about the place that they were.
I think it's just so important to support the dreams of your children, even if you hurt in the privacy of your own place of hurting, wherever that is, when you get off into your private spot, to be able to support their dream, to be able to support their prayer supersedes anything that I would ever want. This wouldn't be my choice of what I would choose for my kids, but the way life works, I don't choose what they get to do with their life. So support is vital.
And from that, we've heard from some of the team members who their parents don't necessarily support them, and that's one of the most painful things that they struggle with. And so even if you have to hide your feelings, I agree with you. I think that it's incredibly important that they sense your support of what they're doing.
If you prevent them from going and do the will of God, they're never going to be satisfied. And so in the sense of them doing the will of God and you giving them, you're actually giving unto the Lord and giving them a peace that they couldn't have without your blessing.
Well, and you can see in the life of our children the peace that they have, even though it gets difficult sometimes, such a peace and a joy, and just the excitement when someone accepts the Lord and comes to know the Lord in such a dark place and where there are so few who actually know Him.